Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
So
So
part
this
two,
is
ladies. Go ahead.
Everybody says so at the same time. This is part two.
dope.
We talked about minding your business. As it I guess it ended up being related to marriage, but you could really use it in all areas of your life to mind your business. I mean, it's definitely a hot topic. Me and my sister wives even chatted about it for a little bit. But I mean, the consensus is if it's working for them, if this their thing, this their journey, this their walk, then
What's it to us?
so
You
be
know what I
it.
mean? So, but I like that Keisha at the end of the part one, how she touched on the whole the definitions of what we feel a marriage should be. Let's elaborate on that. Let's get into this.
Definition of marriage.
Yeah, let's get into this topic.
A couple of other couples that fit this are Tiger Woods and his wife. There was a big scandal surrounding them. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And President Clinton and his wife and Monica Lewinsky, which are two more perfect example of people. Now that's really two cases where they should have said, you know what, y'all need to mind y'all damn business. Will and Jada kind of are open about bringing that stuff to the forefront, but though it was almost like an invasion of their privacy with Tiger Woods and with President Clinton. You the president, you damn could have said whatever you want. You the president. You could have said none of y'all damn business what I do in my house with my wife. That was, but Jada and Will have always kind of been in the forefront about their marriage things. So they've always brought people into their different types of situations. So I kind of think that's why people feel like they can kind of chime in a little bit more, maybe.
Yeah, I say it is. Before Trump got in office, it's funny how none of the presidents running for office could do no dirt. However, this man who has done nothing but dirt and disrespect people left and right and just completely embarrassed the US of A. And he is yet the president. But we weren't about Will and Jada. Okay.
Like I said, we have put a lot of stock out in outward appearances and outward people and celebrities and all that kind of stuff. That's something that we've been taught to aspire to be like someone else, or that's your role model. That's something that we've been taught. You're not really gonna find nobody teaching people how to love self and discover self, trust yourself, and you're your own standard. And that's not stuff that you learn in school. That comes out of all of that institutions that we grew up in. And then you get to a point in your life, like hopefully most people do, where you're like, you know what, I don't have to go that way. I don't have to do that. I can do my own thing. I can mind my own business.
Exactly.
And it's gonna be just fine.
Exactly.
So like I said, it was a hot topic and we discussed it. But again, if people can just do what they want to do, I think that goes into the whole realm of everything, whether you are in a heterosexual relationship, if you are in a non-heterosexual, I can't even think right now, because I feel like people we should have learned by now to just operate with more compassion. People are people. People are human. They're gonna make mistakes, and we can't, we can't just throw everybody away when they mess up.
I agree. We can speak about this. All three of us have been married and divorced. Some of us married again, and we can really teach on this, because marriage is not just a job, but it's also a journey, an experience. And you actually have to experience that thing. Like, you don't know how to perfect that until you have made some mistakes and bumps in the road. So how can we just expect everybody to be all hunky-dory, peaches and cream, roses and flowers all the time? That's not reality. It's just not.
Well, that's how they have presented marriage to be to the world. Like, that's what they have instilled in us as little girls. You're going to grow up and you're going to be a wife. And, that's just kind of like the star thing that they put out there for you to go after. And it's not for everybody. Everybody doesn't want that. Everybody doesn't desire that. Some people do. Some people find great joy in it. But I mean, everybody, some people do what they want.
Right. Marriage is definitely not for everyone. You have to understand. But in the beginning, there was, because the marriage paper is a new concept. So in the beginning, when tribal times, kings and queens too, because they have women who have more than one husband. Kings had more than one wives and things like that. But that marriage came along because they were trying to keep things in the bloodline. They were marrying sisters and brothers off, trying to keep, and when people started acquiring assets is when that whole marriage thing came into practice, which is really what that paper is most beneficial for when it's time to split up assets, children, it's a contract. But marriage is really in the heart. So no piece of paper could make you faithful or keep you in a marriage. You're either going to be committed to a person or you're not going to be committed to a person. But when you have to really know yourself as a person and be an adult and be seasoned before you even go into a marriage, or you can have infidelities. You may have 2 or 3 or 4 marriages because you change into so many different people over the years. So what might fit you now might not fit you later. And then that whole concept of marriage with the church is endured to the end. It's just a whole lot of old beliefs behind the marriage concept. And Jada and Will did land on something good when they said a life partnership, knowing somebody's going to have your back no matter what, is priceless, regardless of the situation. And that's really a good example of unconditional love. And more people should really, be about that, because even if you break up, there's cases where you still love the person no matter what. So why didn't y'all just stay together then if y'all are still in love? You know what I mean? But I guess so many factors come into play, and with the pain bodies and people being hurt and different things like that. But Jada and Will, how many years were they married? Does anybody know?
I think over
A lot.
20. This
I
has
think
been
they
over
got
20.
married in the 90s. Like they've been married a long time. But I don't. I think that I kind of disagree with that. What you were saying about, you have to present yourself or kind of have yourself a little bit together before you go into a marriage.
Well,
I find that.
I'm just saying, if you kind of want a more successful marriage, because just think, if you get married early, you think you want to be married, and then you're like, no, I kind of really don't, marriage is not for me. To me, it's more successful. Anything is more successful when you know yourself, whether you're going on to go to work or do anything. And you can grow in a marriage. Don't get us wrong. Most of us do that, but hindsight, if I could do it over again, I would have gotten to know myself a lot more before I jumped into any type of marriage, commitment, children, or anything like that. Because until you know yourself, you really don't know what you really don't know what you want. And I'm gonna just say that's some of us, not all of us.
Yeah, that's definitely, everyone has their own. That's why you have to really mind your business, because what is going to work for you is not going to work for the next person. And some people find out early on in life, they find their mate and they get married and it's perfect the entire, some people, it's perfect the entire time. That's their walk, that's their journey, that's how it goes. Some people get together and they have a little bit together. Some people, and they stay married forever, they never really get it together. They just want to be together. Yeah. Everybody's doing their own thing. I don't think you're going to have it together. We're like, that's just not the way it is, because we're ever evolving, we're ever learning. There's going to be an instance where it could possibly, you think you got it together, and there'll be an instance that come across your life and will change everything that you thought about from the day before. And you can instantly stop thinking, believing, walking. anywhere remotely close to the way you were the day before. It can happen just like that. So we have to just kind of let people go through their journey and understand that some people are going to choose the marriage walk. Some people are going to choose the single walk. It's okay to be single. It's okay to be married. It's okay. It's
And
really
some
okay.
people are gonna choose the married and let's cheat the whole while we married walk.
Exactly.
Some people are gonna choose that, and that's okay for some people that are being what we think or what we're saying is cheated on. Some people are perfectly fine with that. They're okay with their mate having multiple because they like, I need my own space. You know, it's a lot of reasons why people do what they do, but we have to kind of understand that everybody upbringing is different and their journey is different. So some people are going to accept and tolerate and believe and co-sign for some things that other people will be like, oh hell, I am not going to be able to let you do this in the house because that's not the way I was raised. Some people are that rigid, and other people are like, oh, you know, I got to join my way of life and your way of life, and we're going to figure out how to make our own way of life. It's just, let me tell you something.
And
They've been married 13 years.
Oh, you just Googled that? You
13.
know what?
Who's been married 13 years?
I think over 20.
Oh, they've
No,
been
they
together a long time.
They got married in 1997. Let's see how long if it says how long they've been together. They got married in 1997. But they were friends before they got married.
Yeah. But you still friends or not? That young and staying together that long, there's a lot of growing left to do within the individual. And I don't have to be a psychiatrist to know that. You know what I mean? It's just like common sense. That's why when I saw this guy's video, and he's a doctor, and he made this analysis from their marriage, okay, their marriage is doomed for destruction. I feel like from that video that I saw, that Red Table Talk, that their marriage is even more solid. I don't see a destructive marriage. I see support. I see a foundation of ultimate, now unconditional love, like Keisha just said. Now we can move on from that space and build a new form of trust, knowing that you have my back till death do us part. I can do nothing wrong in your eyes. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Like Keisha said, that should be praised in and of itself to come to that type of agreement in a union.
That definitely shows a lot of growth and maturity. A lot of people, some spiritual people believe that there's a 7-year itch and then 13 is another ending and a beginning to a marriage. And I haven't really heard of any more things, but that's a couple of the numbers I've heard people really who've been in long relationships say there's a lot of struggle around number 7 and number 13. I don't really know too many more people who kind of make it a long time past that in a marriage, but I do think it's more destructive when people are inside of your marriage. People from the outside are inside of your marriage. Kind of makes it difficult for you to have a successful marriage when people aren't rooting for you. And me personally believe that no matter what happens in a marriage, the best foundation to trying to make anything work is if y'all still love each other. What does it matter? If y'all really still love each other, then just work on, you know, whatever happened or what's going on. And the worst thing in a marriage are the betrayals. When something happens and you're not in agreement with it, or someone's doing it behind your back, or someone just kind of finds out and they really didn't know, that's really the worst part of a situation in a marriage. But if you are, that's why I think it's so important to really get to know yourself so you can decide what kind of union are we going to have, or what kind of union are we going to go into. And the married couples I know, the ones that get married later in life, seem happier, more successful because they've grown, they've been there, done that. They decide what they want in the beginning, and then they kind of get together and they kind of, you know, move past that, or, you know, do whatever it is that they need to do. Because our divorce, let me see what the divorce rate is.
Oh God.
Why are you checking
so
for
why
that?
are you looking up that huge number? We listen, marriage is work. It's like anything else though. People want to put marriage in its own little box. And while it is a special institution or union or partnership or whatever you want to label it as, it's like anything else that you want to be successful. You have to water it, you have to put in time, you have to pray for it, you have to nurture it. It's like anything else. So why would you think that you wouldn't have to do the same type of work in this situation as it would be a professional situation or a relationship between friends? Like, you have to put in the work to make things move forward, to understand there's always going to be change. Change is inevitable. People are going to cross milestones in their life. People in their life are going to die, and it's going to change them. People are going to have incidences in their life where it can actually change them. And then you're going to have to learn how to meet this person where they are. And so I've said this many, many times. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm going to say marriage is a journey of self. Yes. If you don't want to really dig deep into the innermost, ugliest parts of yourself, then you might want to stay single.
Exactly.
I'm talking about as someone, as a witness, because you can still dive into those parts by yourself if you're single, but having a witness to your ugliness along the way, and you looking at your ugliness, and now you got somebody else looking at your ugliness, and you probably feeling guilty, you feeling ashamed, you're feeling embarrassed, you're feeling bad, and you looking at this person, and they like, and
exactly,
we can handle that,
right?
So some people are not ready for the realness of a marriage. So yeah, I would definitely, as someone who's been married for 12 long years.
Emphasizing long.
I'm lucky enough on my second go round to have met my true soulmate. And so I don't have to worry about any of the things that, you know, when you're young and you're not sure what this journey is about. When you understand what marriage is about, you understand that it is an evolution of self and all this. So it's kind of we're in a sweet spot, you know, but it takes some time to get there. Yeah. You know, that's not something that you walk in the marriage door with.
Yeah, and it's a choice. Like you were saying earlier, it's a choice to be married. So I feel like this, in my short opinion. I feel like, first of all, to make a decision to come into a union like marriage, you need to first know how to fully love yourself in order to be successful in that marriage. Without self-love, I just don't understand how you can love someone else. I don't get that. I've learned that the hard way myself, and I had 2 failed relationships, one being a marriage. So I had to really research that, and I wrote a book about it.
I wrote a book about it. Here you go.
Self-plug. Love Revealed, how I discovered the truth about love. Find it on Amazon.com. Anyway, and the other thing quickly I would have to say definitely to learn how to allow people to be themselves in a union. It's important.
That's not easy at all. That's why I've said this too, liking someone is way better than loving them, because when you like what they stand for, their integrity, it's easier to get over some of the things that you're going to have to go through in a marriage, and you're going to go through some things.
Repeat that again, because that's worth repeating.
What, the liking part?
Yes.
I think that's the thing that you want to strive for when you are in a relationship. Do you like this person? Not how they fine, not how many zeros in their bank account, not what they driving. Do you like who this person is? How they talk to their mama, how they treat their friends, how they respect and go to their job, or how they run their own business? Do you like the integrity, what this person stands for, how they talk to people, the respect factor? If you don't like the core of who this person is, love ain't gonna hold you, honey. I'm telling you now, it's not gonna hold you. Okay? You have to like who this person is. That gets you across a lot of humps because you know who they truly are on the inside. You know where their heart is, where their intention is. So you know when something is a mistake or a slip up, where people are human, you gotta allow people to grow and make mistakes. Or if this is just this type of slick lifestyle you're gonna lead. There's a difference. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
There's a difference when somebody trips and they lose their judgment. Whereas I'm just gonna do this the whole ride and then boom, I'm found out. So
yeah,
you have to,
like Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods was getting it, huh? I would come home from work every day. There was a new woman. I was like, damn, Tiger is getting it. I remember. I was like, he's up 20 women.
I don't know how you had that much energy, but to each his own.
hello. I ain't got enough for one man. I'm not understanding what is happening over here. Like, it's too much. It's too much.
Getting it. Oh my God.
It's too much juggling you have to do. Like, how you even find any type of peace? Like, I don't get it.
But we really
has a type too. You saw it. He has a type.
Oh yeah, definitely. But we really
I thought was hilarious.
We need to go back to like what Keisha was saying. I think society has put so much on the marriage, the matrimony, that it's like society put marriage in its own little box. And I'm just, you know what, I commend Will and Jada for saying, you know what, that's not gonna work for me.
Yeah.
We finna create our own definition of marriage. And I think that's what people need to do going in. Forget society, okay? Because society said so, a husband, a wife, 2 kids, a dog, and a picket fence, bull crap. Yeah. Okay, how do I feel about this? That's what we need to be. You know.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And that's definitely the way you're gonna have success, is like we've been saying since the first part 1, mind your business. Let people do what it is that they are going to do. Now, sometimes you may be asked to stand up in a marriage that you know damn well is not gonna work. But are you supporting your friend? Did you tell her, look, okay, or did you tell him? Either or. I think that we have to understand that even if you stand up for something, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work, because you're not in that situation. So we have to not let people do what they're going to do. I think that's the problem. We want people to do everything we do.
Yeah, that's a problem. But the people in the marriage have to be the ones to say, mind your business. Because Jada and Will could have very much said, you know what, this is between me. This is our business. This is between us. You know, mind your business. Just like President Clinton could have said, this is between me and my wife. I can do whatever I want, and I don't have to answer to anybody about what goes on behind closed doors. And he really did. Tiger Woods didn't have to admit to being a sex addict. He could have said, look, I can do whatever I want to do. I'm sure they have plenty of men on the golf course. Probably all could be cheating. It's just the fact that you get caught doing it. You get caught doing it. And if you get caught up in it and you decide you want to entertain everybody else outside, that's what really brings the dogs come barking and knocking down the door, because you were the one that didn't say, well, listen, y'all need to mind y'all business. I can do what I want to do. It's my house. I'm going to do whatever the hell I feel like doing. And that's not anybody's business but between me and my wife, or me and my husband.
I agree with that. I think that Jada and Will probably agreed to finally come forth because she has Red Table Talk, and they do a lot of healing on that show. And that was probably maybe to protect the public's point of view as far as, you know, being a healer, because she does do a lot of healing. And I don't think anything should kind of affect the other. I mean, what y'all think? Because if you're a healer, you're a healer. That doesn't mean you're exempt from going through the trials and the tribulations. Nobody here in this earth plane, in this realm, is exempt from any of that.
I think that
you can't heal anybody or anything unless you've been through things yourself. So how can you help someone with something if you haven't experienced? Then just like if Nalo helps women with marriages, you take advice from a woman who's married, not from a woman who's not even married. So you have to go through things so you can help people heal because you had those type of experiences.
I agree with that 200%. But look what they did to Steve Harvey. They dogged him out for being married 4 times and now call himself the love relationship book professional. They throw all kinds of shade at him for that. How he gonna write a book about marriage? He been married 4 times. That's why he can write a book about marriage. And personally, that's the one I want to sit under because I want to know who's already been through the fire so that I won't have to go through those mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
well, you probably will still go through your own whatever it is when you get in any type of relationship. There is no, it's not even a thing for you to be in any type of relationship, be it work, profession, like private or professional, and not have to grow through some situations. That's not a thing.
And I agree with that. But I mean, like if you don't, like if our children, for example, we want to give them the foundation so they're going to go through some things anyway, some bumps and bruises. But we want to give them the foundation so that maybe they won't have to go through it the way we did or what have you. So it's the same thing with, I want to go to a professional I consider that a professional or a master because they've already been there, done that. They've already made the mistakes before me. So that's who I want to sit under. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be under nobody. They ain't been through nothing. But you're going to try to tell me how to overcome something? That don't make no sense.
I think the bottom line, and I'm learning this still at knocking on 50, that speaking your real truth and your truth at the time, because we don't all evolve into this enlightened being. There's a journey there. So it's your truth in that moment, in that space and time. If we don't teach people that it's okay to feel a certain way, to experience some things, that we are just going to continue this, because some people feel like I shouldn't feel this way, I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that. When if you present your true self to someone, and I'm talking about everything, okay? You're not sending your representative, you're sending your true self, and someone can look at that and still find beauty in that and understanding and compassion and all of that. You might have a chance, whether it be a friendship, relationship, whatever. Because if I went down the story to tell y'all how real Kirk was when we first met, and I'm looking like, okay, what am I doing right now? This, like, why am I, like, what is wrong? Like, I couldn't understand it. But he was presenting so raw. It's so true. Like, this is really where I am right now. This is what's happening in my life. You know, you're either on board or you're not.
Right.
And because I was at that juncture where I was coming out of a marriage where there wasn't this full transparency of myself first, and then of the communication wasn't there, that's what I was in search of. I was like, I just want truth and honesty. I just want the person I meet to just be true to who they are and real and mirror that back to me. And that's what happened. And then I was like, okay, wait, am I sure? Because I don't know if I'm sure about this. I don't know if I'm sure about that. And Spirit said, no, that's what you said. So here you go. You said that. You wanted somebody that's real and that's raw. So figure that out. Speaking of, somebody about to walk in the door right now.
Be careful what you ask for. You just might.
Okay, so I just spoke him up. But I mean, that's the reality. Back before, years before I met him, and I would have seen all of this realness, you know, I'd have been like, yeah, no thanks. that's how that would have been because of the outward view, and I wasn't really. Does that make sense? I wasn't really being truthful, wholly with myself, and then also for what I was looking for. So that's gonna trip you up every time.
Yeah.
So we do agree that you need to really like the person, and you really need to have love, unconditional, genuine love, and you really need to like them, and you really need to want it if you want it to work.
Yes.
You really.
Hey, husband. And you also you definitely need to master self-love and allow people to be who they are.
Yeah.
Yes,
Allow for mistakes. Yeah. Allow for mistakes. Being
So
open
again,
and transparent.
it's work. It's a lot of work. So.
And it can be rewarding work. I mean, if two people go in with the same mindset and goals and their own unique definition of marriage, but they agree, I think you need to be on the same page.
Yeah.
And
you gotta be on the same page.
And agree to that space. And I feel like it can definitely be a successful marriage.
Yeah, it's a lot of successful marriages out here, but people are not promoting that as a whole. I see it a lot because that's what I choose to follow and seek on. But it's a lot of successful marriages out here. And people are killing this marriage game. The divorce rate, okay, yeah, but there are a lot of people that have decided that I'm going to take this journey with you. Did y'all watch that video I sent y'all the other day?
No, but actually with the divorce, it's 50%. I can't find anything other than 50%, so there's not really accurate numbers. So half of people is working out and the other half is not. So that's a fair assessment. Yeah, that's a fair assessment. Yeah, what a video.
So I sent y'all the video of this couple who, I wish I had their names, but they were featured on the Black Love documentary. I don't know if y'all seen that, but it is an amazing documentary on Black Love. And
but I did. The older couple with the guy with the gray hair, and the woman was sitting on the sofa far from him. That was so cute.
I don't think
I got to watch that. Yeah, you got to watch it.
That's real. That encompasses everything. The whole video, the way they looked, what they were doing, which was nothing. You saw when they pointed to the pool, there wasn't no kids. Like, it was just the whole thing, the video of them not even remember how long they've been together. And at the end, he said, the point is that we have no idea how long we've been here. But we in this thing.
Exactly.
We don't know how much longer we have left. Because you do get to a certain point where you're like, okay, how long we been together again? Did y'all see the video with Denzel and his wife? And he was doing the video, and she said that they had been together for like 43 years. And he said, we've been together for 43 years? So it's like you don't even
focus on that. Huh?
You don't focus on that. You don't
really focus on that. Yeah, the gentleman said that. He said, and if you last in a marriage, you're not even gonna remember, and you're not gonna remember dates to things, and you're not gonna remember how long y'all been together either.
But you're gonna want to do exactly what they was doing, chilling with each other. They were on their own phones, just chilling in the same space. We're not in the pool. We're just looking at the pool. We're just looking at the pool. We're just chilling. That's it. You're gonna be doing nothing with that person,
right?
And it's gonna still be lit,
right? Exactly. That's awesome. Well, you know what? I'm gonna share my card because I don't know why our time is running so fast. We got 5 minutes.
We've been talking
5 minutes and 46 seconds.
Oh, so this is the card this is the card that came out twice. 6 of Swords. Okay.
Okay.
And the Spirit said, I mean, you better say this card because it jumped out twice. And then the affirmation is, I know that peaceful times will come. So I always ask the question, Spirit, what do you have for the collective? And this is a good card for a promising future because with all the chaos we got going on, Black Lives Matter, with Corona, we got Will and Jada now. And now we got all the Karens popping up all over the universe.
Oh, we didn't even get to that.
Spirit says, I know that peaceful times will come. So praise him.
Praise him. Praise, praise, praise.
What y'all
You
got?
want me to go or you want to go?
You be long, so I'm gonna. So I did the same thing, just asked for a collective message. And the first card that I pulled, because I pulled from my tarot deck and I pulled from my inner goddess deck. But check this out. They both purple.
Okay, yeah, they do match. It looks like the
Okay,
sword. It looks like the sword could belong to her too. Like
I mean,
looks
they
like an
matching. I'm matching, but I got the Ace of Swords. And so, really quick, this is about clarity, pure power, and breakthrough.
Love
So,
it.
cutting straight through the bullshit is the first line on here. The Ace of Swords delivers truth and clarity in realistic ways. Your potential is at an all-time high, claiming your personal power. You're able to cut through the noise and clearly see the path that you want to take. Your mind is razor sharp and able to handle any task that comes your way. After experiencing mental blocks, you are now at the point of a breakthrough. Now, see, that was that full moon, that mental.
Breakthrough.
I love
With
it.
your experiences, you are armed with a new worldview and a perspective which allows you to access your creativity in a strategic way. We didn't even get to talk about that. Truth seeker, you are prepared to fight for justice with the fire and intensity of your sharp intellect. With great power comes great responsibility. Wield your sword with care as it carries plenty of influence. Is this sword or sword?
I think
Perception. There we go with that word.
tomato, tomato.
I done said it both ways, so there you go.
But we on one accord. Moving forward in peace and clarity.
Clarity.
Card number 2.
Oh no, I didn't know we had time for that. This was the Starborn.
Okay.
What is
Starborn
that one
card.
talking about?
So really quick, it just says you have a strong spiritual connection with the universe. Trust your intuition and your inner feelings about things, especially when your inner feeling is at odds with the appearance of something. So it all goes back to that trust in self. Sometimes it is when it seems that the least is happening that the most important thing is actually taking place. And see, that was that message also, that if y'all read that thing about that mouse. You just cannot see it. You have a special and deeply spiritual life purpose to fulfill. You cannot get there through logic and planning.
No.
Your spirit knows how to guide you, and the universe knows how to support you. Follow your heart along the spiritual path. It's going to lead you to your best, brightest, and most beautiful success.
I love that. That is perfect. And we will end it with the 4 of Wands, which is the marriage card, known as the marriage card actually in the tarot deck. It's about stability. It's about stability in your foundation, in your life. It could be your stability in work or anything like that, but it's a solid foundation, just like Jill. Look at me, Jill and Jada and Jill. We're talking about, are we going to be lifetime partners through this whole thing, which everyone needs that in their life. Everyone needs something in their life that lasts a lifetime. I think they're probably getting a lot of criticism because people are jealous because they don't have what Will and Jada have.
Exactly.
A lot of people probably really desire to have someone to have your back no matter what. Like, that is priceless.
Well, we hope that that's actually true and that is the case because, again, we still do not know. We're not in that marriage. We don't know.
But it's
So
still,
hopefully that is the message that they're sending out. A lot of people are probably going to talk through some things now that they've been seeing Will and Jada talk through some things.
but I love the connective message, the clarity, the moving forward to a better space. And then she did the overall, which the end of every ultimate relationship, marriage, union, peace, love, bliss. So,
all right. And
we out.
We out. This is what Soul Sisters say. Click, like, share, subscribe, and we will see you later.
peace.